Hey everybody, how's it going? It is, of course, Monday, so we're continuing our playthrough of Phoenix Wright. It's Attorney Trilogy, and of course we are on the last part of the final episode of the Justice for All thing, which is Farewell, My Turnabout. We're busy in Word to Phoenix. It's either we prove on guard. If we prove on guard guilty, we lose Maya. But if we prove him innocent, Adrian Andrews, who will be essentially innocent in this situation, it's not the killer, it's going to be charged for murder. We need a miracle. Let's get into it. Evening, I hope you're going today. How did I get into this mess? Oh, how did Lucas go last night? That's far enough! You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? What have I done wrong? Okay. I can't let you go like this. I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You're no longer worthy of your title. I've had this dream before, someplace some time ago. Even Jesus, hope every good day. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today, I stand in court as a lawyer to prove a killer innocent. Oh, nice. March 23rd, 9:03 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Wow, it really is like back then. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look too well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? Please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict too. Now listen up. You better get on guard and get this sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever. Maya. Phoenix. Mia. Maya. How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to challenge me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smile. But you can't give up. There's still hope left. Stop it, please! There's nothing left. Not here. Not anywhere. It's like curses on guard again. Will you leave me alone, right? Look, don't call anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe! I'm really sorry. Where are you? Let me join the investigation team. We're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got zero leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Come and shoot. Until the trial is over. Until the verdict is handed down. We're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If you can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict. He deserves, pal. That's true. I can do that if they find Maya first. You got that? You have to do whatever you can to make the child last longer. I have to make the child last longer? If you go Mr. Edison for everything you've got, then the two of you and you two control it. Now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Commissioner. Hey, Phoenix. You understand that, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the child last as long as I can. Don't you become free. I know it. District Court, 10 a.m. District Court District Court Corbin number 3. First 9 session for the child, Mount Ungar. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Sure. If you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. Divorced evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungar. And then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The result of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. And you're saying that she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. No. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What's that? Looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Wright was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his clan, so to speak, is Mount Ungar. What a surprising turn of events! I would think it becomes commonplace by now, Your Honor. He's not wrong. I knew what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold it as long as we can. At least until Maya is safe and sound. I wonder how the child will turn it today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid actor star. What is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah. Or Powers. Mr. Powers, please. You don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, I'm sorry, well, I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But, you know, I didn't actually get to see Map when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungar's room. Okay, sure. Visits the Matt's room. First testimony. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with somebody. At first I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, so I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Power's testimony. I'm talking about the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Unguard was speaking was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge in head first, right? Alright. Yep. In the defendant's room? Why'd you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother of sorts, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright! What is it? You're going to try and trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid actor star, but I'm not the killer! No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time? Witness? I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. But for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room, and then... Hey, wait a minute! What in the hell did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Okay. Yeah. What were matches in last night if you're still doing this? Are you sure that was Matt on guard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Neko Samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? First, what do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on the tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I don't think he was a normal bellboy. And why is that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm gonna have to wait patiently in this one. So the two of them? The bellboy and the defendant together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? That's perfectly normal. That's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how don't you watch the two of them? Nothing more than a minute or two, I think. So, who were these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I found you guys if I disappeared on you. I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. You remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a wreck in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. See, in any case, from the story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Oh, we actually have to find a contradiction here. Alright. Man designer is. No, that feels right. Oh, that. Oh, right. I need to go refresh. Hey, how am I reading that? Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't. Where? Hold on. Okay, thinking. What's here? Wait, he mentioned something I thought with a bell, but let's press understatement. Which one do you mean by that? What's that? Actually, first, if only a few seconds ago you stated. Oh! You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah! Yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Sir Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he has an ordinary one. He wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip. So he gave the bellboy a tip? What's so strange about that? Ah, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much was it? It was. How much was it? But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Since I was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which is shocking. Let's go with the tip. The defense is a huge heart. You can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much? Would you please clarify to the court? How much would you say the defendant give to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. This is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. I mean, oh crap! The defense is a superstar. That kind of tip is typically it's typical fur for people like him. Are you saying that all subs are just super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? You got a point. I don't even get paid. Hello, rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Rankarita? Then the bellboy the witness saw was Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here a car Shelley the killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley the killer? He is the person the police. His special investigation team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured it out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later that night. What? Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. The second time. This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I meant during Karaita's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... Thank you very much. That is all we need for now. Huh? I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer, then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Ms. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. This is no laughing matter. Alright. Glad I didn't... Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go for an objection time. What time was it? Ah, well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 PM, right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that. Then I came back, and then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 by that time. You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how can you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Joanne's room, alright? Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next? Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? The bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You can call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Gel up Mr. Powers' slider. I'm gonna save and I'm gonna try to pull a fast one. There is nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there is, really. But there really is. There really isn't. You two are done being school children. Bellboys offer room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the previous statements be supplemented with this new one. Edgeworth, you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see, very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Ms. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please? Yes, sir. I thought it was kind of strange for the bellboy to come out of the guest room empty-handed. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. And there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. You can come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed. Yeah. Some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? It's another job for the court record. Please don't be so quick to judge. But it's kind of a Powers family thing. I think of every person as a thief. Well, I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent. That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it would be very bad for us. But he really isn't the assassin, you know? Yes, but we can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're going to have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. Let's try it. Yes. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches on. So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying that all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Great argument, but sure. Well, there's also, I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Karida's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, and we could clearly see that that is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Karida's room and left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. But that would mean that the bellboy has seen and left a dead body in the room. But can you prove that Mr. Karida was already dead at the time? Mr. Edgeworth! Yes? I blame you for leading me down this route! I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed. Or should I say, empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah! I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves? Why didn't you mention this earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Alright. Boy, does this make the bellboy look suspicious. Look really suspicious, sorry. Alright, gotta focus. Can't lax here. Oh, can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Yeah. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, a football is made of leather. Are you saying that all footballs are suspicious because they're made of leather? Oh. But that man, he receives a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. Their second meeting. After leaving Joanne's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. He gives something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left, without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room? Yeah, I kind of saw it all by accident. Some accident? I say you said you saw too much. Okay. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we, Mr. Wright? Your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Alright. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be a poor underpaid actor star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers? Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye, in a sort of sneaky spy-like. I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That is all I care to know. Hold it! I said, hold it! Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. I should probably ask him only one question at this. Probably ask about this something. You give something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? If I remember what it was, I wouldn't be calling it something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was. I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely what the bellboy did next. Oh, so after you get the person inside the room the thing... Oh, then... Same one. Where did the bellboy go after he left Mr. Engart's room? Oh, right. He opened the door to Viola Hall and went in there. And who knows after that, right? I do. Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or just out of the ordinary at the time? Oh yeah, I saw that one thing. What? You saw something else? There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. He was watching Joanne's door like some sort of stalker. I think we can forget about that alien. No, Mr. Park's testimony just now was as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clear. Although, that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it? Ugh, talk about a lose-lose situation. Alright. That's the first time round. So who took this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Sir Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Powers, please try to remember what was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... No. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. So, like... Oh, if I saw it again, I would say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue. A statue? Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I probably remember, you know. It's like for this trial to proceed, I'm gonna have to come up with whatever the statue thing is and show it to him. You're gonna have to trust your instincts in this one and take a chance, Phoenix. Miss Powers, let's continue with testimony. And what did the bellboy do after that? Oh, yeah, that's a figurine. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Speak up. Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. And the last time we did this, nothing went wrong. Wasn't bad enough. When we said the murder weapon was under the judge's seat. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, that is something you saw. Was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Well, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. I recall we found this at Matt on Guard's mansion. At the defendant's house? What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated Joanne Carida in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then the bear being found in Mr. Guard's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor, that Mr. Matt Ungard is the killer's client. Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bird would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if he hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. Ah, I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it's clear that there's no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright? There are still some points that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to... Person received, yeah. Because everyone else seems fine. What questionable point would you like to explore further? The person? There was one thing in Mr. Parr's testimony that was very unclear. And that is the identity of the person who received the bear. Guess something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of— Ah! But what is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But the arm... It was that of the Nickel Samurai! It was the Nickel Samurai's arm! I saw it! You've got to be kidding! Are you sure that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Order! It looks like you've dug your own grave, yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. Same here, I think I've lost count overall. So the person who took this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And, as we know, man on guard is the Nickel Samurai. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clear. What am I supposed to do now, Mia? Help! We don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry! I will bring this cross-examination to... Your Honor! Again, Mr. Wright! We've already removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony. It's about time you were removed from this court, Mr. Wright. I have to find something. Even one little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright? It was found in Mr. Ungard's mansion. However, Mr. Ungard was arrested at the hotel that night. Which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was man on guard who took the spur to his mansion. Why? That's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There is no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken the spur home. Whew. Assessor further... You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Ungard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. Butler. All this time, he was the killer. The killer and guard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding on guard's mansion as its butler. What the? Bold move. The spare figurine was brought back to Unguard's mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Unguard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad for the police to find it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Is there anything I can attack at all? I think we've heard enough. We now know why the spare figurine was at the defendant's mansion. As well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Ahmad Unguard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? No, it would turn out like this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? Or should I do? We need time. I've never done this way. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have to do is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the power figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at Unguard's mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. Are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes. Is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you think is the killer's real client, and therefore the real murderer? I have had to do this again. Adrian Andrews? Yes, we already knew that she tried to frame Matt Unguard for the crime. I wore a spur nickel samurai costume. Ah! That in the nickel samurai armor that I saw, that could have very well been Mrs. Andrews. But what about Mr. Unguard? If you please recall yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Unguard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaw in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully disclose the possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Unguard did it. Can't believe the defense would go as far as to pin the guilt on someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. It's murder of all things. This is the state of Maya. The state of Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order, order, order! All the shorted parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little bear? He's right. The killer did specifically bring that bird to on guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts about against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. March 23rd, 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought it in your desperation. You tried to pin the guilt on the Adrian. Ark. Swore this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. A really strong power? Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is! It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? You hanging in there? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. Just barely found something to latch onto. Whew, that's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time! We just have one. Even a single clue would be really helpful. Sorry, I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep this child going until Maya's been rescued. But have I run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A 10. Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 30 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. A very big circus. We don't have to go to our town, don't worry. Maya's somewhere within a 30-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry! And? I can see a mailbox under the window, just outside. Gumshoe! There's also a mailbox! Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, there was a very small window. Couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was in an old building. Maybe the first floor or so. I heard her! I know that was Millen. Good stuff, pal! Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your batteries die, okay? Yeah, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Don't you please hurry? Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescue. I can do this. I just have to make this child last a little longer. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that will provide us with the name of the true client. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstructing of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You have seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, would you please lighten the court of this bear's secret? Alright. Why does she... Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. It's a certain... at its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it? Yes, it looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is a craftsmanship. Oh yes, I never forgot. You may begin your quest on mission, Mr. Wright. It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Fine. A puzzle? That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figure. True enough, people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is that exactly? Oh, so you can take it apart? And how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn the tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arm and legs are free to move and can't be removed. Ooh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. He's just having fun with the bear. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. It's having all fun. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Joanne. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Goodness, let's continue with your testimony. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Joanne and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are that many people with this country. Sorry. So I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country. But this looks like it could be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get what's inside. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Who else knows about this bear? Sorry, who else knows that this bear is actually a small container of or jewelry box? I never told anyone. As long as Yuan never told anyone either, then only the two of us know. The two of you, huh? And of course that means Mr. Guard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Here's been updated. A wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Karida and Andrews knew how to open it. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear's actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness? Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes from Miss Andrews as she now solves the puzzle. Damn. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess what this is. Do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. The suicide note? The suicide note left by Duran Karida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts. But just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim Duran Karida himself. It seems Celeste Impasse had very beautiful handwriting. And she's just as spiritually signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Order! Witness? Did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. But I couldn't find it anywhere. Because of it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. Now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate the contents of this note to be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deadly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impasse left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by Ed on guard. About being engaged to Karida and on guard's role in destroying that. About how she decided to, in her despair, to end it all. And that's all Miss Impact had to say. There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slaughtering Mr. Ungard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, the mom was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremonial show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! Mr. Unguard's values, above all else, his refreshing as like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. The suicide note's been on it. Right inside the figurine, it tells Unguard's horrible misdeeds. It's Unguard's fault that woman killed herself. And this time, he even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. I'm terrible! What a selfish person! Yes, there are slime-eyed lawyers out there who will defend these scripts too. There was no room for doubt here. Mr. The Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note. And the only person who needed this note badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note was inside. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. Or how am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet. Do you know what you must do? No, I have to carry on to buy him some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe sometime I can find a way out of the situation for one of those. Rebels already in the judge's hands, Phoenix. Hurry! Suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? Let's bring it the figure. We'll see it first and then we'll do the figurine first.
Objection!
Please read, Your Honor. Oh man, looks like that lawyer. Look at that lawyer. He's still going on it? It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Kurita. At the request of his client, of course. So what's your point, Mr. Wright? I don't think it's possible that Mr. the Killer's client was Mr. Unguard. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. You can't tell just by looking at... You can't tell by just looking at it that this bear is really a jewelry box. The chance that Mr. Unguard thought the note was inside the bear are 0 to none. Oh! I didn't think of it that way. Exactly. I did think of it that way. And I thought it was rather strange. After all, there is no reason why Mr. Unguard would ever want a jewelry box like this. Order, order, order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash. I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Mr. Unguard and the victim both thought of each other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim during Karita was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt on guard. Order! Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking that I have the camera that was in the stuff bear's eyes. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Mr. Ungar's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hiding all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Ungard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey! Now, what's that we're thinking? Mommy? Is that man that guy's killer? Shh, stop, don't look at him. The way he's sweating, it's just so... Ew, nasty. Phoenix? Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What am I going to do next? Run away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering how to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in rails all of a sudden? Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or shall I let it go? We're going. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Objection! Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. Best way to recover from that moment. Are you beginning to sound... You are beginning to sound desperate. That is just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you forgot one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So, you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. This is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside the bear. But this bear was in my possession until a few moments ago. Which means... the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh! So... as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impasse or not, that has yet to be remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright! You can't seriously be suggesting... Mr. Wright! Are you saying the suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews? You were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Ungard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into the spare? How dare you! Objection! Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There's no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness' testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could have solved the puzzle is the witness herself. Ah! Miss Andrews? You wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote this. You wrote so you could use it to frame Matt on guard. I did no such thing. Objection! Right? If you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Objection! Mr. Edgeworth, you're the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. That's enough! Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? It is as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we've reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis my butt. That's just a lawyer trying to buy more time. I'm guarded as guilty. Look! I think I can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 What is that sound? It's Gumshoe! Hello, Gumshoe! What is with him? And what's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty! 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 You hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far on. Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone call after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Take that! Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you've got to buy us some more time. Court is in session. I mean, that was the most Edgeworth thing to do. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying... Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but... I am reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend the proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for the day and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. At the prosecution's request, the court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. This time, March 23rd, 4 p.m. District Court, Dependent Lobby number 3. Right, well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. Can't find her in that time. Report! Ah! Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have much time. Just spit it out! Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things? Can we use them as evidence? Any of them as evidence? Oh ho ho! I thought you asked, pal. I got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. And the items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have the time to wait for those guys, sir. I tried to make him controller. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I got to put the law on hold for 9. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. Oh wait, how could your car? I said I'd be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. All right, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission. No one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling all the stops and running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me! No one can stop me. What happened? It sounds like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We gotta hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone's broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident at 9? Is there any way we can find out exactly where he is at the moment? That's right! There is a way! What? Hi. I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is for this. So, the tracker. Why are you bringing up Francesca at a time like this? Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francesca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth? What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone over anyone that I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But for what I'm doing now, I'm putting the guilt on someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say. The defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit anyone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. Verdict. Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. And now, we're in the finale. And the final... We need a miracle or bust. March 23rd, 2:35 p.m. District Court, defendant, courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, would you please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note? Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impacts herself. It is a fake. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? This was not written by Miss Impacts, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Joanne Corrida. Mr. Corrida? Well, it looks like Miss Impacts never left the suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about On Guard. However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so the facts remained unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. It's feared that On Guard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. Oh, right, yeah. I don't think we're tough. We'll back down for the time being. It's no use. Something feels wrong, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Actually, there is something I would like to ask. Sir Edgeworth, you had stated something earlier to the effect of the defendant had spied on Mr. Corrida's private life. I believe this would mean that he would have known about this note as well. That's it! Yes, and so naturally, this means Mr. Guard would have known that the note was a fake. Order! See here, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I was wondering who thought of the spying thing. Jumping in and stealing my thunder like I was simply... I can't even describe it. Yes, sorry. I could have even bragged about embarrassing Mr. Edgeworth to my grandchild had you not. For that, I assign you a penalty, Mr. Wright. I mean, regardless, we still move on. It's just, this is more funnier. What? Why did I keep my mouth shut? So then, the defendant knew the suicide note was fake. If that's the truth, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Yeah, exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what On Guard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Ungard monitored Mr. Wright 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Ungard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Grr. Order! Mr. Edgeworth? It looks like this time, it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth? You are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Ms. Ungard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering. This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the questions of who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder? That's impossible. Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness? Yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley the Killer. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Oh, wait! Shelley the Killer? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin. Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstances, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? We can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. Oh, just watch. Like I said, we're basically at the climax of this episode. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Alright, well then, the prosecution calls the witness to the stand. Edgeworth? Is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer. I am a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here? Your Honor, how can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now. It came with a condition. As long as we do not trace the sources... Yep! As long as we do not trace the sources, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice? Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objection to this person! We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelly the killer. Looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Last game it was a parrot. Now we're just doing assassins for radios. Well, it does seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances. So, right then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Duran Corrida. Is that correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. A bad dream. Billy the Killer. What is he going to say? About my client. There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between the client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on the witness stand. Well, this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I was going to go out before we get to the thing, but yeah. I almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me cannot comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Alright, there is a bad end to this story, by the way. I'll explain when we get there. And unlike the other one, this is an actual bad ending. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry, go on. Well, it appears this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about my situation. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. That is why you testify in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve that the killer's name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough! Please, no more! Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway. This seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. The client has already broken the rule and acted outside of the prescripted rule. The rule? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? Oh, no, I didn't say anything. The judge had better watch himself. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. Urgh! That egomaniac. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. I realize I just going off the road. I realize I messed that up. Every time with jelly. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. It doesn't really care. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience, try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and close, so you're gonna have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. Okay, the truth between your hands. Yeah, I think we did that. Okay, I'm sorry. But I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your clan had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relations with a client who can't understand their assigned roles. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. This seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your clan. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This clan has already broken the rule and acted. Oh, I think the rule. You give you the right to. Oh yeah. It was the other one. Now then, I do believe it's about time I reveal the name of my client. Don't you agree? What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness, what is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Drankarida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. What? Witness? That's not who you told me it was earlier. Righto. What are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own clients, and it was Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be! On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Man on guard, perhaps. I knew it. This is outrageous! I was deceived! This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You're Shelly the killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive for, and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitely of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client, who requested the murder, was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt Ungard is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion. Call me when you have reached the verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Agent Andrews in immediately. Oh, what now? The way this is going, On Guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but the Ashworth is right. The killer is lying. On Guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed the prosecution's own witness would assault the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the Killer is certainly lying under oath. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony is not. It was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, he's the reason Celeste died. And Sharon's death. It was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me, was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button, donning the nickel samurai costume. But that's... You even have a motive. You know that Miss Celeste, the Impacts was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you want revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reason to want them both dead. No. It's alright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Naya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Phoenix? I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But the Malankart is the killer. Is a killer. A murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. I let Miss Andrews be convicted, and I'm no better than on guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact. That is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten on guard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. I take this verdict right now. I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him. Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinions, please? The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right? But... that witness has cleared your client through its testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That's my job, mate, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please reestablish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Has the verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk to you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are, usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done? What should we have him testify about now? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. Your legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? About my client, Part 2. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Joanne Carrada was dead. But even more appalling is the creation of planting the knife and button. That act is what I refer to as That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is most unexpected. This is the most unexpected events for the 5th time now. However, this time everything has finally been revealed. Objection! Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. We still have the cross-examination today, but you don't need to question a testimony like this. You, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as I've had a choice here. Why? What the witnesses said is nothing but beneficial to the defense case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then... And now expose the lies in that also beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes 2 of us. What's the thing of pressing every statement? Okay. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, I'll be requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? You would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No. I'm not thinking of hiring Mr. Wright. Yes. You're You want to kill me? You want me dead, don't you? What? Why would you think something like that? Your Honor, guilty! Mr. Phoenix Wright, you are hereby declared guilty! Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not? I would think that most people would be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I would be very effective at my job. Yeah. Well, a change in occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. That goes without saying, Mr. the Killer. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought they could run away from their guilt. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Okay, yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. So that no one has to waste their time, including the police, I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. You try to make things easy? My business card makes it very easy to identify who carry out the service. He's pretty devoted to his work. But to discard everything, go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card within sight. That is something I cannot overlook. It really is hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. So you're saying most clans wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my service, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest your plan for your alibi too. No, I already told you, I have no intention of using your service. Ever! Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? From the very beginning? That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. Okay, I wonder if that's really true. That's odd. So why do you think your clan did that? What do you mean by why? Well, filling around at the scene of the crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who was requested a murderer go to the crime scene anyway? That is true. I assume it was probably done to free Mr. Ungard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. My job is to kill, that is all, and to leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, sending someone else up for you to take your fall. And that's all you have to testify? Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again? As in you plan to continue? I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, why would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Excuse me? No. I'm fine. Really? Are you really now? I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that would be very bad for our clan, right? I'm so confused. The one thing I know for sure is that I can't let this child end yet. Alright, well, we still have this, remember? On better statements. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. D. Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Joanne Corwida had been murdered. But how? How do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. The glass? Mr. D. Killer supposed client thought Mr. Corwida had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have the knowledge of Mr. Corwida's death. Not? Then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection about this absurd situation? Phoenix? The killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth? I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence? Ah, sorry. Well, that was an awfully big objection from the two of you. So the judge are trying to figure things out. What is... just a moment here. Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. Prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the item the killer left behind to get here. I just know that the fair outcome of this trial lies with those items. Request taken. The request came to about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what has occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I've made no mistakes. So you physically met with your client, huh? That's correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yep, we got the big music. 1 week ago. Are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, have my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you requested my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. Please stop. In any case, my client this time had a specific date and time in mind. A specific date and time? Did you ask why on that specific night? No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I only have my suspicions. Your suspicions, huh? So what are these suspicions you had, and why your client requested that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear. Bear? My client spoke of it. I'm sure there was a bear-shaped figurine in Wright's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me. You must be talking about this bear puzzle. Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose the contents at the press conference, after all. That is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was. I see. Oh, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? No. And the killer says something's possible, but in the end, it's just a strong conjecture. No, Your Honor, I don't think it's very important. Well then, please continue. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was with the brief pause? But this, I would like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between the client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? Yep. Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. Killer had met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he is mistaken. You're saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews? I guess so. You see, it was just as I said. I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax. And then, would the witness please continue? So your client was Adrian Andrews? That's correct. That is correct. Well, he said the two of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw his suspicion. If you do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. Look. Good, we'll let this one go. Let's try to get her on the end. We'll push back. Oh no, right, we do this again. When he met his client is why he met his client is not important. And that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my question. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? I already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. I only thought it was only through talking with his face to face that I began to trust him. That's when I thought I can trust this person as a client. It's true what they say about talking face to face. But Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? I heard what I think I heard just now, and I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance. Really? If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well. From the moment I saw him, I thought, I can trust this person as a client. But as we know, that is not how it turned out, correct? What do you mean? Adrian Andrews turned out to be a client who couldn't stick to the rules, right? Well, yes. I suppose you are correct. So I would like to check one last time. Are you sure testimony is accurate? So, anyone figure this one out? He says about saying trust him, but we've only been mentioning Andrews by name. We've never specifically mentioned it was Adrian Andrews was not a man. I'd like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at the bar to take the request at the time. Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry. But that is an impossible tale. What? Shelley the killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. But why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up about her. So, what is the issue? What did you say just now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman! Oh! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness testified to the following. That he always meets face to face with his client when taking the request. But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor. That is exactly the point. That means Mr. the Killer's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is without doubt a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on? Shelley the Killer? This court demands an explanation! I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. Urgh, I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth and nothing but the truth. Request taking. Part 2. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There has been times when I took a job without having to meet my clients. The request was for the murder of Joanne Crider and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name on the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. So you took this job for a letter? He didn't mention anything about the letter in his earlier testimony, which means he is definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. You break the assassin's testimony completely. It's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients from whom a meeting is simply not possible. But didn't you meet your client this time? No, I did not. Oh, come on now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me. Alright then, just cough up and confess. Cough up and confess. Mr. Wright, you can't badger with such harsh words. I'm a lawyer. Behave like 100% evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. The Killer met with his client? No. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof. I see. And your line of questioning was just a waste of time. Sadly for us, Your Honor. That is the nature of right and wrong. And why could you not meet certain clients? Recently, I have been receiving more requests. If I meet each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. Nice business opportunities? On top of which, the times have changed. It is now the age of information on computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times, and now I take requests via electronic mail. Electronic mail? You have a mail that's in a special insulation envelope? Ah, I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. Yeah, I despise the shortening of words. What I meant to say by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email. Email? In a contest of mimicry? It just beats a parrot, hands down. Anyway, you took this job without having met your client and... Two or three other things? Yes. What were these other things? A few things that have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? Can I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I push his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Whether or not they are related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney? Yes? Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one... Wait! Uh-oh. This is looking real bad. She can press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth pursuing? Witness? Oh, the good one. This is the very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what those other jobs your client requested were. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figure? Figurine, sorry. After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Karada's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client? This information certainly sounds important to me. But this, please include what you just said in your testimony. As you wish. One of those things was to find the bear figurine and give it to Adrian Andrews. I found this figurine in Mr. Ungart's mansion. I gave it to Miss Andrews, and what was it doing there? I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Guard, I'm sure.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
It's no use. As long as I can't put my finger on the central problem here, pressing this witness anymore would be extremely dangerous.
It appears that Mr. Wright has no problems. Well then, with this, please continue.
So you're saying that you never saw your clan's face, not even once. I did it once. It was when I went to give my clan the figurine.
Yes, I see.
But Miss Andrews was wearing a mask at the time.
A mask?
The Nickel Samurai mask, I'm guessing.
Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about this? Do you have any problems with this piece?
Okay, I think I could pull something out of what he said. It would be real bad if I did something and made him mad over something trivial. There was no problems with the testimony, Your Honor. We pretty much reached the end of our rope here. Huh? Seems like we're still okay to me. And that's exactly what is so bad. The river going will end up completely destroying the killer's lie. To do that, you already know how serious of a situation that will put us in. Oh yeah. All I can do now is pray that those items reach us in time. Alright. Shelly the killer. You had really given the barrel to Miss Andrews. And this item should not have been inside it. This item? I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going.
Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase?
Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it for her sake. If even for a single minute, the spur had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note and burned it.
Order! So that's where you were going.
So by the very fact the suicide note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Disassemble the puzzle, sorry.
Which means...
It means, Your Honor, that it's impossible for Agent Andrews to be the client.
Oh! Order!
Mr. Phoenix, right? I'm sure I mentioned this before. I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's not. That's enough. If that's your intention, then there's only one thing left for me to do. Wait, please! Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No! Please! Not that! Please wait! Mr. Attorney, bring this child to a speedy end, or I may stay my hand. And I may stay my hand. Otherwise...
What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't understand the witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough?
Well, we should... Edgeworth, we can't do this. We keep this up. Maya, shield. The prosecution...
What has come over everyone? Even you are.
The prosecution rests.
What is going on around here?
The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor.
What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. The prosecution rests with no further questions. Then, the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. the Killer's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelly the Killer's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I end this trial here right now, and your client, Matt Ungar, will be declared innocent. In his place, Adrian Andrews will be charged with murder.
Miss Andrews will be charged with murder?
The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Ungar, to the stand.
Items for the killer Hyde didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hand.
Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent.
So, I guess even the old but he figured me out.
Mr. Ungar!
What an atrocious lawyer. I have given his own client up like this? And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap! It's just an atrocity. Atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already! Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? You better get on guard and guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. If I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged with the murder. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statement on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Man on Guard, is innocent. There is no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right? I can't do this. I have to decide something. I can't count on evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Matt on Guard, is... We'll say. It doesn't really matter what we say here.
You're waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Mr. On Guard, your client deserves an answer.
I'm sorry. Matt on Guard is... Francesca von Karma?
What are you doing? Oh!
You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Upon camera is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine. And his injuries are minor. All the items are inside this.
What a filthy old coat this is!
That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for his ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what's inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that's inside the coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final piece of evidence.
Your final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial.
What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence, down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence.
I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. These items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police.
He must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there'll be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it. This is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? Hold on. Does this pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistic test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least, with me. That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as sort of a memento. I'm sure it'll be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Francesca. It's probably not going to help us very much. Pistol. Small caliber pistol that is thought to be fired by the killer at Francesca. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from Garth's mansion. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to.
Oh yeah.
But I speculate that this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout fort. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow, it looked like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelley the killer is no ordinary man. One of the items retrieved, the killer finally tried to recover it. Contents unknown. The last piece of evidence is his bellboy uniform. Is that the uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime?
I am almost certainly it is.
I'm certain it is, sorry. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what was that?
there is a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Bellboy uniform, wore with the color on the night of the murder. One of the special buttons is missing. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And? What is that, Your Honor? I'm sure were we under normal circumstances, these items from Sally Claire's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing, it is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these three items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now.
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence.
Overruled. This court is already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful, absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix, I knew it. There's no thing as a miracle in this world, is there?
I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's try for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are two ways out of this situation for us. Two? The first, make Ungar wish for the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Ungar himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way, force the killer to end his contract with Ungar. If the killer were to no longer think of Ungar as his client, then he would let Maya go. Maya! Sorry, Mia. That's even more impossible. He is a man who values his duty towards his client above all else. I'm gonna save it here. I'm gonna make a secondary save for my own purse to get that in myself. Off stream. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you can make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The biggest problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he's just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? Oh, this is the part. Alright. The other side. Wait! Does she mean... You mean... to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The other person who needs the evidence. The defense, the prosecution, and the judge. We've all seen the pieces of evidence. And that is how we've come to know the truth. But there is one person who is yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth. That truth is, it may be what will bring about the miracle to the end, in the end. There is no objections this time, correct? No then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
Objection!
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I am not saying it is for us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
You want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, when you really ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance. One chance? Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
That's impossible! To turn the situation around in one try?
One try? That's all I will permit.
I will have to try to remember. So I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix. Think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking on guard down at the same time.
No then, Mr. Wright. Let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show this evidence to?
I see.
And now, tell the court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness.
Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
All right. Looks like I managed to convince him. So yeah, if you did anyone but the killer and anything but the video, it was guaranteed bad ending. But we are on the road to the actual ending. Maya, is she okay, right? She's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence?
Yes. One is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I hear you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. Thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. You know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client to not watch it. So I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you are on this tape. Me? There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What? Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted the camera? Well, the only person who could have planted a camera at that scene of the crime would have been your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews?
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specifically specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Oh right, there was another situation in this one. Why did Matt Ungard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There was only one reason why your client would secretly film the scene. Hey! Your client once told me... Yeah, you have those as a blackmail. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins are above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that? Shelly the killer?
No!
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots on how to use people around them. To protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I will break our contract in that case! And then, that client will become my next target. For the honor of the killer's name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I see. And that's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright? Yes? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item! Maya, thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness! This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I am sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and Miss Von Carvo, where did that... She already has you in her sights. She always has you in her sights, sorry. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Mr. On guard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you'd understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me! Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is that alright with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of this very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape from him now. Go on, Phoenix. Leave whatever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. I mean, to be fair, it's the rightful thing. Man on guard? Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crimes disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? You need to get on the quill the instant you step foot outside the detention center. Your life would be in danger, no matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crimes anymore! Ah! Guilty! 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 Guilty!
As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
Me? I don't remember you helping much in this.
Mr. Edgeworth, how was man on guard?
I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whipped leather right about now. And feels rough, and that's true justice right now.
Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she was trying to forgive him. I guess she's trying to forget him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you choose death, that is of no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you use your combined strength to convict Matt, I feel like I have finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone.
It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits. And that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Because it was here, we find the defendant, Matt Ungard, guilty. March 23rd, 5:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. You were good at there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting that not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived at the final piece of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statement on this matter.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? My client, Melangard, is he guilty? Or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right! Edgeworth! I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody. Really? The pearls! You're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in the patrol car. Yeah, Mystic Maya's safe! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick! How? She punched deceptively hard for a kid. I believe in you. I keep saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks? Oh, what's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier. Thanks? Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost! Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you're still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. I dare you! Don't worry. She made in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth? For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chose his death. As well you should have. A prosecutor has shamed himself with the fate she crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolishness nonsense! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge we hold in everything we have, erasing the paradox one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will all eventually reach for that one single truth. This I promise you. The truth. Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys assist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Ah! Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believe in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool! Miss Von Karma? I don't want to hear this wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. And she just got first something on the ground just now. This is an electronic receiver. Isn't that the thing she uses to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the Pinnacle later. But then, there's something else. Ah! Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in our courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay. Nick! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Oh, Nick! I knew you would come through. Oh, hello, Night. Thrown by Princess of Karma.
it has a certain mysterious nostalgia to it. You got on guard convicted, like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we're sure pressed of luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Alright! I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick! Food! Rob, chow! I'm starved! I'm so hungry, even you like to be a nice cheesy burger on the bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This kiss messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick! Food! March 21st, 7:38 p.m. Gateway Hotel lobby. Hey, pal! Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him? You did it again, city boy! I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give it to me, and I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai. Thanks? Now look at here, Mr. Snotty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick ya tonight, even. Kick it tonight. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now, everyone gather around. Y'all gotta get your pictures taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like a lot of bars have a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy kiss behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating. Let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the ones who saved the day, You were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it weren't for the free items you took, I think this child would have had a different ending, a very different ending. Oh well, you know, it's. Huh? Wait, that's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 1? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item? Alright. Ah, come on, y'all. It's over. But oh boy, I tell you. You really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped? Never a dull moment, you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days? Weren't you scared? Yeah, I was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had a rough, gal. The worstest picture of yours. Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Miss Maya's picture.
You know, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Aw. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. Ah! That's Pencil's Karma's receiver! Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton. I have fun tonight. If you excuse me. Wait! What? I just want to say thanks, Edgeworth. You really see me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya! Oh, we can't do anything. Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey's, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean? But Pearly! Would you cut it already? You're embarrassing me! Anyway. So, who's paying for the lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Everyone's saying, thank you to Nick! Huh? Yeah, I'm kind of at a point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kind of already put your name on the bill. Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this little beauty here. It better be high for $3,000. Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Isn't that great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Aw, you don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out. This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on. It's been a while since I've heard you say it. Have been busy being a hostage and all. Alright then. You say so.
Objection!
And that actually finally brings us to the end of Justice for All. So in terms of the 4 episodes we got here, I think Turnabout picked... Hold on. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you did. I feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I just skipped that 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. So yeah, in terms of the kids in order, I still don't like turn my weight up, but it's not as bad now because I know more about it. And the enemy's still overtaking it, but you know. I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick. I'm happy for the 2 of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made a reservation for the 2 of you, just in case. But yeah, Turnabout is still in seeing like final case first, or had just lost down. But you know the thing. Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting that one goes bad for all society. I knew it! Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. Don't do it on our telephone pole. But yeah. reunion turnabout's nice, so it was a nice little thing. So I think it's going to seeing it. I'm Maggie Bag. I'm retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. I'm bringing smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. So, my favorite one's obviously Farewell My Turnabout, then it's Reunion Turnabout, then Turnabout Forgotten Turnabout, and then Turnabout Big Top, so, yeah. That's fine. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? I'm Detective Holly. Recently? Yes, that girl, you know. I haven't seen her around. Yes, but I remember, if I ever lay so much as I her, I go quack. Didn't matter if I got whipped, though. Yes. Oh, I remember there is still another 5 more episodes we're going through, basically. Through trials and tribulations.
It's time to begin our quest of World Circus Domination, sweetie! And to let the world know we are business, I plan to make a fabulous trip to Zimbabwe.
Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe's like? You think there's a castle made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
I think there are... If there are any bunnies, they will laugh at most jokes. They will...
But yeah... And like I said, last time I fully played this like from start to end was the DS, so full experience in this. I'm ready, there's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm gonna be more contemporary with my humor. Mole curls represent. We got our new act all worked out. Prepare for Hallelujah chores. Say something, will ya? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it. But I think problem was that I didn't do for my turn for so long, so it just going for it all again, remembering everything. This is what I said down there. But I was like, definitely was the enemy person. I thought that was amazing. It's amazing to watch. What's this? Drat! It's an ordinary electric wizard recharging on the stand. I can't believe it! Really? How long did they plan on making me do this? Oh, but it's Edgy Boo's idea. So that means it must have a deep secret hidden meaning. But why did I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me? Would they? If I think I said, oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I would at least recommend if you wanting to see like watch this before I would at least say watch for the episode 2 itself. Really watch the Farewell My Turnabout one. It is a thrill to watch. I appreciate everything you've done. You, Mr. Edgeworth, did for me from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. Okay. But this is the second one, and it has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I would take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity. And that's actually the killer's proper breakdown. Alright. So, I have about 3 weeks or... 1, 2... I have about 3 or so weeks to get through 5 episodes. Shouldn't be too bad. March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International Departure, Gate 12. Where are you going, Francisca? How did you know where I was here? With this. That's... I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices on his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy, drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you, Dad. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. Very interesting. when I rounded off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in there, in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand the thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be one friend for Karma's daughter. Francisca. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right? You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. You prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down that whip with that whip. Mr. Duck. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. I could win against that man. I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat. Then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me. After I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. Say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path. Then, this is where we part ways. And just confront Karma. I am Francisco von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadows forever. Our battle begins now. You better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of it. I'll take good care of this 4th piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. And there's the Matron. That took a long time. That is the effective end for Federal My Turnabout. We didn't get to see it, did we? Oh, there we go. Oh, but does not actually give me a chance. Well, that'll be it for tonight. Next time we're now in Trials and Tribulations. Oh boy. Strap the anyone who hasn't experienced this, strap yourselves in. Everything's going ahead. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say for that. I'll see it. We'll probably meet our next rival prosecutor as well. I'll see you all next time. So I hope you stay up there and it's a good week. Bye.